Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be looking at the Chrysler Pacifica with all-wheel drive, and this has the limited package, so it's pretty darn fancy. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Dodge Ram Jeep Chrysler here in Sandy for giving me some time with this Pacifica. I'll include a link to the website in the description down below. Also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a 3.6 liter V6 that goes through a 9-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy 17 around town and then 25 on the highway, with power outputs being 287 horsepower and then 262 pound-feet of torque. Now, before I move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now, taking a look at the hood, you guys can see how you've got the little divot there in the center, kind of interesting when it comes to a design piece. But popping down below the headlights, pretty sharp looking. Got the blacked out grille with the kind of like satin gray Chrysler logo, and then notice it's all blacked out at the bottom too. And with this blue paint, I actually think it's a pretty cool looking minivan. Now on the side here, our tire wheel setup is 245 by 50 by 20 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see here we've got that satin finish here on the wheels as well. And then no fender flares or anything, but nice with the blue paint from this angle, I think. Blacked out mirror caps, blacked out window trim. Here's the side view. Not too bad looking for a minivan. Now here's a quick look at the key fob. You can see the lock and unlock function. We've got the remote start. We also have the opening for the hatch and the doors. Chrysler logo there on the back. And we'll press that a couple times. And the hatch will pop open. And then you guys can see here, there is a decent amount of storage space here in the back. This does have the Stow and Go setup. That's why the straps are all labeled so that you can pull the seats down into the cargo area and have a flat loading floor across. And then you do get these little kind of like shelves on the side as well. When you're all done, just press that. That'll lower the hatch. I always find it interesting they put the button on the inside with the Chrysler products. Giant light bar design here on the back, the taillights. You can see the limited logo, and then it says Pacifica S because it's got limited in the S package. Who would have thought, right? Anyways, the back end actually looks pretty good for a minivan, especially with the light bar design. And now this, of course, leads us inside. So automatic doors, being a fancy minivan. And you can see how the seat's folded forward, and you have the little strap to pull it down and in. Again, you can do Stow and Go with the front seats as well, so you can have a completely flat loading floor. But it makes accessing the back really easy. I mean, literally all I have to do is just kind of step in through here and glide across, and boom! I am in the back. Now this would probably be a better representation of what the leg space looks like. But these seats back here are nice. I think those are pretty solid. Got a USB port back here, cup holders. We've got sunshades here for the rear. And you also have some vents up top as well. Now in the second row, again, legroom's solid. Got a little storage pocket there, some more USB ports. Again, these seats are nice with all the trim with this fancier package. Again, sunshades, and then we have our own climate zone. Got the controls there up top, so pick this passenger wisely, that's all I'll say. And then this leads us up front. So you actually get some nice soft touch trim here at the top, and you can see the kind of fancy stitching. All of our window controls. Got our mirror adjustments. Mirrors do power fold in. Memory seat function. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. And then here's the front seat. Little S logo perforated all down the center portion. Got our adjustments there on the side. And then you can see here with the stitching on the dash. Light controls as well, and then the steering wheel is manually adjustable. Now here's a quick look at the steering wheel. You can see soft touch all around. You got radio controls there on the back. We've got a bunch of controls here in the front, including our cruise control, adaptive cruise control. We've got controls for the center, and then just regular stocks, nothing fancy there. And then we do have a partially analog, partially digital gauge cluster. So for those of you that hate the all digital movement, well, this has some digital, but not nearly as much as other automakers. Just a regular backup camera in reverse. Trajectory lines do turn with the steering wheel. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, seems like it's okay. It does have heated and ventilated seats. You've got dual zone climate with it as well. And then let's see what kind of passenger features we have. Nothing? What? Weird. Anyways, there's a screen. Got more stitching here across the dash. And then down below you got your dial shifter, parking brake. You've got your analog controls for the radio, dual zone climate controls as well. And then you can turn off stuff like parking sensors and lane departure. And then you actually have this little kind of like storage area, which is interesting. Got a bunch of USBs, wireless phone charging pad, and all of that. And I got some cup holders here. And then this is like pretty small center console, but it's got more charging ports and it locks into place, which is nice. You do get armrests, and then yeah, pretty normal glove box. And then we do have a panoramic sunroof with this model. So 2025 Pacifica Limited all-wheel drive, $54,755 is the total MSRP, and let's see how it performs. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. So the hood, both the mirrors do have blind spot warning. The rest of the rear. And, well, let us set off in the luxury minivan. And this isn't even the highest package on the Pacifica. There's another package, the Pinnacle, which is even fancier and of course more expensive. More money, more fancy. That's how the planet revolves. If you don't do it that way, then it falls out of revolution and then the world ends. So yeah, I don't make the rules, I just follow them. But what I will say right off the bat, very comfortable. The seats are comfortable, got nice wide bolsters. It's the American way, so that you can fit the burger people. I eat red meat, but there's a difference between just having red meat in your diet and being a burger person. If you know, you know. Anyways, yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. See, you know, how this 9-speed performs. It's interesting they're using a 9-speed in this because, you know, a lot of the other vehicles, they've got ZF 8-speed and it's very, very competent transmission, so I think they would just use it in everything. Yeah, and see, this is what I'm talking about. This 9-speed, it's not as good as a ZF. It's good. It's a solid transmission, just not as competent. So that's interesting. I mean, for a minivan, it drives well, and this has all-wheel drive, which is great because that means that you're going to be solid in all 4 seasons. Yeah, the steering's pretty light. We have to wait for these people to go through because we got to get through here, but it's a little bit too tight of a squeeze. There we go. Hopefully that truck can figure their life out. It sucked to be stuck in the middle of the road. Okay, that's kind of slow. We'll give it another chance up here in a second, but that was kind of, it's not bad. But I mean, minivans aren't supposed to be fast anyways. They're meant for comfort and hauling kids. Okay, we'll get another chance here. Oh, that was better. Yeah, that's much better. Much, much better. Yeah. This transmission is pretty smooth. I just like the 8-speed more personally. So to sum things up with the Pacifica here, I think it's a solid offering. Minivans are expensive nowadays, which is crazy. And I see what Chrysler's trying to do, right? They're the luxury minivan on the market. But they also have the, you know, they've got the plug-in hybrid version too. And the minivan market's kind of interesting right now because, and I feel like Chrysler's, maybe they're trying to do too much because, so Honda just does the V6, front-wheel drive V6, and the front-wheel drive is, frankly, it's killing Honda right now. They need to offer all-wheel drive. That is a huge misstep by them. But anyways, they're still offering V6, and so that's why a lot of people go with Honda over Toyota. Toyota offers a hybrid, so people go with that for fuel economy. Chrysler's trying to split the difference and go, okay, we got a V6 version and we got a hybrid version. But I don't know. I think that to an extent it works. These Pacificas actually sell quite well. But the other thing that I will say that does kind of get on Chrysler is Honda and Toyota have such a good reputation for reliability, and minivan buyers really care about reliability. Nobody wants their, you know, wife and kids to be stuck on the road broken down. And I'm not saying that this vehicle is going to do that, but what I am saying is Honda and Toyota have much better reputation when it comes to that. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts, is I think that if Chrysler really just, I don't know, maybe they should keep doing the luxury thing, or maybe they should just focus on trying to, and this V6 is actually a good engine. Oh, that's horrible. I'll just wait for this person to go through. This V6 is actually a pretty good engine. But yeah, maybe just go all in on the reliability thing, and maybe that'll help out. But it's, I don't know. It's always difficult. It's always difficult. But regardless, let me know what you guys think about the Pacifica Limited with all-wheel drive.